Well, greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. I actually decided to park my car and make a car video. Isn't that crazy? I'm sure my subscribers are going to vertical line now. In this video, we're going to cover strategic thinking when it comes to your career. Because me, as a career accountant, I have made some errors in strategically planning my career, but I have also made smart decisions. Now, my backstory is that when I graduated high school, I did Army ROTC in college. I went to a private school in South Carolina. The Army paid for it all. It was actually a pretty good deal. I got free tuition, free room and board, and I got paid a monthly stipend. So I graduated college with literally zero debt. And I went ahead and I got paid to go to college, basically. Joined the military, did 5 years of active service, and then I got out. So from a strategic standpoint, when you think about military service, there's really two options. I say you should do two things. Either you do one tour and get out, or you do a career. Don't be the guy that does 10, 11, 12 years and then gets out. If you do one tour in the military, you get all the benefits, all of them. Okay, you get the VA loan, you get the GI Bill, assuming you have fulfilled all the time and service requirements. You can potentially get VA disability if something happens to you. That's a check for life. VA healthcare. There's all sorts of benefits that you can get out of the military. But back then, it wasn't a strategic thought to me. My thought process was, I'm just going to do 20 years in the military. And I didn't even consider that I would possibly get out. But when I did get out, I suddenly realized, man, I got to really start thinking about what I'm actually going to do in the real world. Because the military is not the real world. It's not, okay? You got all these guys that do 20, 30 years and they have a tough time when they get out because they go from Mr. Big Shot in the military to being average Joe, and they struggle. But anyway, so when I got out of the military, I said, I need a skill. I need something that will actually provide me a stable and potentially lucrative career path. I was briefly a financial advisor, which was stupid. I quit after a couple months. And then I found accounting. And here I am, an accountant. So when I graduated and got my second bachelor's degree, because I was a clown and got a history degree for my first degree, I started working at NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. And I made a significant blunder by working for NASA. Hear me out. So at NASA, you get there's great pay once you move up the ranks. There's great benefits. You get a pension, but it's kind of a grift. Overall, it's like if you're happy just working a 9 to 5 and you could stand the BS and the slugs that work there, it's not a bad choice. But I actually made a grievous error because back then, it was about 2017, 2018, it was about that time, late 2017, early 2018. I got a job offer or an internship offer at a local public accounting firm. It was in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and they offered me, say, hey, you intern here, and if we like you, we're going to hire you. Back then, I said, well, man, this internship sounds great. But then I got the offer from NASA. So instead of going to this public accounting firm and learning a skill in 2018, I decided to go with the easy, non-strategic route of going to NASA. Because I said, why do all this hard stuff? Like CPA, oh my God. I have to work crazy hours. Why do all that when I can go work at NASA? So then I spent the next 3.5 years at NASA. And oh my God, was I bored. I could not stand the environment of the mindset and the environment of the average government worker. They're literally like the most worthless slugs that you can ever imagine in your entire life. Now, I'm sure some of you are government workers. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe 2 of you are actually intelligent. But government work attracts a certain type of person that is not ambitious, lazy, and just wants to collect a decent paycheck, but not really really excel in life. And that was never really my philosophy. So instead of going to a public accounting firm and learning a real tangible skill that could result in me launching a business and maximizing my income, making it unlimited, basically. Instead of doing that, I took the easy, non-strategic route of going to NASA. So I worked at NASA for 3.5, 4 years. And at a certain point, I just I hated it. I thought there were a lot of biases going on. That's another story. And I thought my supervisor was an incompetent clown. And I kept clashing with her over and over and over again. And I got to the point, I'm like, I'm done with this. I can't stand this. So at that point, I quit NASA. And guess what I did? I went to work for a public accounting firm. That's right, a local public accounting firm. Looking back, it was the best decision I ever made, to quit NASA and to go work for a local public accounting firm. Why is that? Well, at NASA, you don't really learn any skills that are going to help you start a real business in the real world. It's a fake world with fake accounting that is just a bunch of busy work, basically. You don't learn anything that is practical in the real world. When you go work in public accounting, you learn actual tangible tax preparation and bookkeeping skills. I even got my CPA license at NASA, but when I quit and went over to the public accounting firm, I was kind of clueless. I mean, I figured I was able to learn it faster because I had the foundational knowledge, but it took me some time to figure out how to actually do taxes because I had all the brains. But when I first saw QuickBooks for the first time, I was like, what the heck is this? It just confused me. But I figured it out. Another crazy thing. So when I quit NASA, I actually got 2 job offers. I got a job offer to work for this public accounting firm for $60,000 a year. 60 grand with basically no benefits. And then I got this other corporate job offer for $70,000 a year. Great 401k. I could have got promoted. And I sat there and I said, okay, I can go work for this company, this public company that I got an offer for $70K a year and potentially move up, make 100K, 110, 20K, whatever, in the long run. But I wouldn't really learn any practical business skills. I'd be doing accounting for a large company. Or I could take a temporary pay cut and actually learn how to do bookkeeping and accounting and tax preparation. Guess what I chose? I chose the $60,000 a year job over the $70,000 a year job. Now, a lot of corporate slugs out there are probably going, what? Why would you throw away all those benefits, bro? I learned a crap ton from that job. And once you get into the tax and bookkeeping world, your options are unlimited. It actually makes you a better accountant in the private sector too, because now I have a private sector job. So I did that job. I was making $60K a year. It's garbage. And then they gave me a slight raise, and I was then I got an offer from another firm that gave me another raise. So I went there, and then I was at that firm for a little bit, and then I got another raise, and now I'm at where I'm at right now. So when I think back, it's okay, I took this temporary loss for working for this crappy paid public accounting job, making $60K a year. But in the long run, I acquired great skills. And now that I have those skills, I have unlimited income potential. So how I see the rest of my, career going is I'm going to use my YouTube channel. I'm going to use advertising on Meta, Facebook, whatever you call it. And I'm going to grow a tax preparation business. And then eventually, once I get bigger, I'll probably, maybe throw in some bookkeeping, but I'm not going to do that right now. And I think about the future potential profits and money that I can make from this tax business, and it's astronomically higher than you could ever possibly make at a corporation or NASA. If I was at NASA right now, I would be making about $110,000 a year as a GS-13, step 1 or 2 or 3, whatever, something like that, which is a pretty good salary. I mean, you can't laugh at $110,000 per year. And I don't make that right now for my full-time job. But when you think about the long run, what's the NASA person gonna do? Okay, maybe they'll get GS-14 or 15, but they're really capped at $150,000, $160,000 a year. And that's assuming they make it to the top. And is that really worth it? Like, yeah, it's great, but what if you could go in the private sector, start your own business, and make $500,000 a year, $1 million a year? If you stay at a job that doesn't teach you real skills that you can use to make a business, you're making, if you choose that job, a bad job that doesn't teach you anything, it's just like slug work basically, you're making a bad strategic decision. I have zero regrets working for that public accounting firm, making $60,000 a year. I took like a slight pay cut when I quit NASA too, but I learned so much. And now, oh my God, people are paying me hundreds or even thousands of dollars to do their taxes. That's right, I can get people's tax documents, charge them $500, a couple hours to do their taxes, and I just made $500 for a couple hours of work. And business returns are even more, okay? I'm in the thousands. So imagine you build a client base of a couple dozen businesses, and of course that usually results in individual tax preparation too. And then you throw in bookkeeping. You can far exceed anything that you will ever make in one of these slug government or corporate jobs. So always be strategic in your thinking. If you have to accept lower pay to potentially make more money in the future, do it every time. Don't be a clown like me that I got out of the Army because I just hated the whole government environment. And then I was too freaking lazy to go into public accounting. If I had started public accounting in 2018 instead of 2021, 2022, guess what? I would be probably much better off with a business. I hung out at NASA collecting a GS6, GS7 salary, which is absolute trash, learning nothing. I worked in the travel office. Like, it was stupid. It was such a waste of my time. And I finally figured out that you have to be really strategic in what you're doing. Never, ever get caught in a scenario where you're being freaking lazy, and because you're lazy, you don't maximize your future potential returns. And it will be hilarious. I can't wait till the day, and I will get there, when I make more than the highest paid person at NASA. I can't wait till that day comes around. And when that day does come, I'm gonna laugh at all the government slugs and all the corporate clowns that took the easy route. Oh, just work for a corporation, and I'll be a good boy, and I'll get my nice little paycheck that's just enough, but if they fired me, I'd be screwed. And it's gonna be absolutely hilarious. And I'm on track. My YouTube and tax prep income has been going up every single year. I make decent money from this. I think last year my revenue, total revenue was like 25K. And then profit, you subtract out like some home office deduction. It was probably in the high teens. Okay? That's pretty damn good for a side job, okay? And this year I started doing taxes finally. What do you think my profits are gonna do this year? My revenue's gonna do this year? You think I'll be able to catch and then far surpass the slugs? 100%, okay? And this, any of you can do this. Any of you can do this. But that's my ramble. Hopefully this car video was more enjoyable and it wasn't too loud because I have the AC going. But that's my thoughts on, being strategic with your career. Don't be lazy. Don't be a clown. Have a wonderful day. Cheers!